What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everyone is healthy and well, and I hope your day was fulfilled with nothing but positivity. Let's jump right into this video because this was highly recommended. Now, a supporter of mine actually emailed me and recommended this video. It said, Strac, this is how they muster their bulls. By the way, this vehicle has a claw on the front. A claw on the vehicle? Huh? Shout out to Romeo Velez. I'm sorry if that's your full government. Romeo Velez, is that your full name? Is Romeo Velez your full name? Shout out to Romeo Velez for this amazing video recommendation. Let's jump right into this, guys. I'm really excited to check this out because this is something new. What do you mean muster the bulls? What does that mean? Shout out to ABC Australia. Original video link will be down below in the description. What does muster the bulls mean, bro? Oh,
no. It always keeps on the
no.
Yeah, the bull doesn't want to stay there all the time.
I never knew, you know, like fellas down the station.
No way. This is a show or something? Like, what is this? No way this is a thing. Okay, wait a minute. Before we jump into this video, we're not doing this. What does it mean when they muster a bull in Australia? I have no idea. Okay. In Australia, mustering a bull or cattle in general refers to the process of gathering and rounding up livestock from vast open paddocks from management or transport. So basically, like what I was thinking in my head, how they're driving next to these bulls and like gathering them up, throwing like stuff to like trap them and stuff, basically like tie them up. You know how you see in like the shows and stuff, how they do that and throw it? Is this something like that? Man, am I thinking of this completely different still? Now, oh, wait a minute now. Hey, now he, I don't know if you want to do that, but okay. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. He lost his mind. Hey, y'all are so brave for real, because there's somebody got to deal with these animals. Who gonna deal with them? Not me. Somebody got to deal with these animals, man. Respect to all the farmers and all the cowboys. No, for real, respect. Cause I ain't doing it. There's certain I feel like I could, but that's not for me.
Rally the boys, load up the cargo, and start your engines. This is wild bull catching in the top end.
Wild bull catching. They got no pads on, no armor or nothing, baby. We going out there with this vehicle. All right, let's see this. I pray these guys stay safe. That's the claw on the front?
In the top end. A rough and ready occupation that has a Wild West feel to it. We're searching bushland for scrub bulls on 7 Emu Station, which skirts the Gulf of Carpentaria. It's magic, albeit tough country.
Hey, the way they maneuver in the helicopter, wow, look at him, he's great.
As the chopper dives and spins erratically, hustling the beast towards a group who are ready to pounce in their small modified rigs that would look at home on a Mad Max set.
Hey, what if the bull goes to the side and like his horns go over the side and they still hit you or like penetrate? Is that possible?
High speeds, they churn through the bushland, dodging trees, stumps and termite mounds, branches swatting low, heading towards one angry and determined animal.
He's going head up with the vehicle. with no care in the world. This bull is going head up with the vehicle and has absolutely no care for his life or for the vehicle or for them or for this damn tree. What? This is crazy. You can't make this shit up. They actually do this? This is... Well, duh, they actually do it, but like... What?
A tradition hailing back to the early 1960s in the Northern Territory, where throwing a bull was a common exercise. Behind the wheel is Clary Shadforth. He runs 7MU Station after taking over from his dad and grandfather before him. Like his own offspring, he was bull catching from the moment he could walk.
But they never had bull catching. They used to hand throw bulls
So
and
you
that.
got to be born like this, basically. I don't think nobody just wakes up anyway. But I want a bull catch. You definitely got to be born into it, into the family. You got to grow up playing with these bulls, knowing your way around the farms and around these animals and stuff. For real. I mean, I suppose you could just wake up and, want to be a farmer or start your own business. Start being one with the animals. I understand. So it is possible. So please forgive me for saying that, but how many people are really signing up for this? To play with, like, this ain't nothing to joke with.
Dangerous enough as it is.
Yeah. And we think we got it hard, but I reckon they had it harder. But yeah.
Harry's son Francis and Wade also bear that innate cattle skill. They're on school holidays and in their element. 14-year-old Francis is the self-confessed bushy of the two and has been earmarked to take over. What do you love about it?
Oh, everything. Mustering, bull catching, fencing and all that.
Even fencing.
Yeah.
The Shadforths bear impressive pastoral lineage. Grandfather William Shadforth in 1953 became the first Indigenous person in Australia to own a cattle station. The perpetual pastoral lease is entirely owned by the family and will remain that way if they have anything to say about it.
Wow.
The property was obtained in a story that sings of Australian folklore.
My dad bought it in '53. The story goes that he went droving and on the way through to Alice Spring he backed a horse in a Caulfield Cup. 2 weeks later he came back and backed a horse in a Melbourne Cup and won him some money with the droving trip and Melbourne Cup. That's how he bought 7MU. He made 10,000 quid, I think.
Frank is Willie's son and says it was an extraordinary achievement at a time when discrimination against Indigenous people was still rife.
When you read about Aboriginal history, how he got hold of it, I don't know, and to me, I still don't know.
Willie Shadforth died in his late 80s and Frank Shadforth took over running it successfully for many decades. He's now passed the mantle to his son.
What, you got a few bulls there?
A signal from helicopter pilot Chris Howard and it's on. Closing in until with an almighty thud, the scrub bull is trapped.
No way.
As a hydraulic arm locks its shoulders, while the young Stockman desert the rig with pace and face down the beast, on foot. Their mission? To lasso a rope onto the cranky, frothing 300-kilogram beast, who's none too happy about his predicament.
No. Oh, it's a whole system in the front that literally tangles them up. That bull's not going anywhere. Okay, I see where it's... Okay. Oh, yeah, he's cooked. They make it look so easy. I see what he was talking about, It looks like, they're giving us a hard time, but it's really a hard time for them. Because these guys make it look real. Just another day. Look, just another day. Ain't going nowhere, bro.
21-year-old Stockman Edward Hookie makes it look easy.
Oh, just go with it. Yeah, my first ball catch was pretty fun. You know, adrenaline rush. Yeah, it always keeps you on your toes though, you know. You know, the ball doesn't want to stay there all the time. But yeah, it's fun.
He's been here for about 4 years and is enjoying being able to pass on his skills to some of the newer recruits.
I've worked in Brahma cattle. That's very much different. Quieter cattle and a lot easier to handle stuff. But this sort of work is different. You see cattle that's never seen human in their life, very feral. And then, yeah, it's a lot of fun, you know, because you learn different ways of it. And then, yeah.
Bro. Yo, the way they ride up, crazy.
It all seems like a boy's own
You really
adventure
gotta
novel.
be like the bull. You gotta be aggressive, and you just gotta come up on them, man. Because I realized the bull's reflexes is really like, look at this. Their reflexes are really good.
It all seems like a boy's own adventure novel, this rough and ready lifestyle. But what Frank and Clary Shadforth are doing is really quite remarkable. Sick of seeing generation after generation.
So they gather them up. I guess this is basically part of the mustering, and then they tie them up. Well, they gather them up, and then they actually bring them to a tree. They'll drive them to that closest tree once they stop, and then tie them to that tree. I guess until they get all the bulls, and then they come back maybe and gather them up.
Generation come through the welfare cycle, they've taken in hundreds of young people over the years, giving them station work, teaching them basic life and stockman skills, and helping to turn their lives around.
I've been doing it for a fair while, and the problem is, I think a lot of people lose, a lot of family don't like looking after kids. I think they just get tied up with what's happening there, technology or whatever you like to call it, and they like to be in town. They don't live the normal life no more because there's too much drugs, and you see it makes you sad really. And I think a lot of people should start, we wonder why we got stupid kids, because the parents, and you know, I'm a parent, but I mean, other parents should spend more time with your kids and try and educate kids. It doesn't matter what kid it is.
True.
I think a lot of kids needs that hand to
guidance.
guide along there.
Yeah.
They take a tough love approach and are not recognised or
Hey,
formed.
this is better. Either this or the juvenile system. They don't get no breaks, no water when they want, no food when they want. Can't go home back to your spouse. Can't go see your girlfriend after this, man. You can't make no money. And no friends really, without thinking they're enemies or this or that. You know. This is a good way to be saved. Not gonna lie. And I know there's a lot of people. I know a lot of people personally that would take this opportunity. They're going out there with the bulls all day, barefoot. If they have to, they what? Barefoot.
They take a tough love approach and are not a recognised or formal program. They get no funding for the venture, and kids come to them through word of mouth.
It doesn't matter
The venture are not a recognised or formal program. They get no funding for the venture.
They give no funding for the venture. So that means like you don't get paid. This is basically like a disciplinary, something to help you out, something to teach you rather than you going to jail or within the juvenile like system. Please let me know. Matter of fact.
And kids come to them through word of mouth.
It doesn't matter any sort of kid. It have to be work, and none of this weekend business. 7 days a week. To do 2, 3 weeks or 6 weeks, and you let them go for a week, and they come back, and they enjoy it then.
The kids and teenagers that help muster the bulls out there in Australia, do they get paid for these adventures or no? Because I understand that some of these children are there for disciplinary action, perhaps? Or is that not the case? I mean, my goodness, guys, I don't understand. The kids and teenagers that help muster the bulls out there in Australia, are they actually paid to go on those adventures or no? Do actually so I didn't mean to say do actually. I didn't mean to say do actually. Adventures or no? We're gonna finesse this. And are some actually there for my typing is horrible? Oh my gosh. Like I have wires going over my keyboard and everything, guys. Like look at how I spelled disciplinary. I did like I tried to do the voice thing and it didn't work. It couldn't do it for me, so now I gotta do it myself, and hopefully it can understand it now. My gosh, man. Okay. In Australia, teenagers involved in cattle mustering, the process of rounding up livestock, generally fall into two categories: those pursuing it as a career and those participating in rehabilitation or educational programs. Are they paid? For the majority of teenagers working on stations as jackaroos or ringers, it is a legitimate paid job. Okay, okay, cool. Okay. Yes, there are specific programs where troubled youth are sent to cattle stations as an alternative to juvenile detention. That's what I was thinking. Yep. Part of a versionary program. But so they don't get paid. That's basically what she said. Troubled sent juvenile detention, part of diversionary program. Yeah. Wow. I mean, well, actually, well, your ass is supposed to be in jail or in a juvenile detention center, bro. You getting let off the hook. You going out there chasing booze, and you got backup support. They teaching you too. They're not letting you go out there barefoot, leaving you for dead, driving away, talking about, well, go capture a bull. You know, this is a nice like let off. Y'all got to be grateful for real.
Many of their young charges have gone on to work on other stations and make a successful life in the industry.
There's a few good ones in them. And, yeah, they stick it out for a while, but it's just good to give someone, I suppose, just a help in life. Yeah.
18-year-old Zane Butler is one of those kids. He's from Mount Isa in northwest Queensland and has been working on 7 Emu property for a few weeks.
I've been on parole since I was 13, I think. Yeah.
What type of offences?
Robberies, burglaries, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Do you get caught in the wrong crowd or?
Yeah, just caught peer pressure, Yeah.
We all make mistakes and we all let into certain situations without sometimes knowing, sometimes it could be a scheme behind our noses that they were planning. Oh, they don't know. Don't tell them, because they already know that you would say no and back out of it. I understand, bro. People make mistakes. That don't make you no worse. That don't make you no worse, no better. None of that, man. We are all the same. Literally. We are all the same, guys. Human being trying to do better.
He just wishes he'd found Frank and Clary earlier.
See, I respect.
If I'd have got out on the station younger, man, I'd have been a hard-working man.
See,
yeah.
Someone really would just appreciate a nice job, make some money, and they cool, man. Give them some money, watch their life change. Watch her find a girlfriend or something. Oh, whoa, life a little more valuable now. You got that girl, she love you, you love her, and all stuff like that. Yeah, life start meaning something to you once you start learning things. You start getting a job. You start meeting people, building relationships. There's a meaning behind all of it, man. When you don't got no love behind you, and you don't got nobody mentoring you, or you're not focused on a career path for this or that, that's when your head is just combobulated and you moving rambunctious as if like this is your last day living. Like who cares type of, you know? And it's okay to live life every day like it's your last. But you gotta be moderate. You gotta be considerate. You gotta be good still. Positive. You can't do illegal things, can't get in trouble, you know? Because just so happen you do wake up the next day. And you gotta deal with them consequences. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Like,
in awe of the
right.
Indigenous men who've taken him under their wing.
Yeah, it is. I never knew, you know, like black fellas on the station. Shit, yeah.
As the sun starts to fade, we're still out in the bush. It'll be at least a 12-hour day for the boys. It's a hard, in many ways, relentless life. But the beauty is profound.
Okay, so these are obviously cut up clips. So we know we know it isn't this fast to go ahead and gather up a bull, right? Or is it? We know it's edited, cut down, and clipped. How long does it really take on average? Oh, I clicked out of it. How long does it really take on average? I'm sorry if this video is long, guys. How long does it take on an average to gather a bull out in the wild? Mm, mm, or roping can happen as little as 15 minutes to a few hours. Set up helicopters, traps. Damn. Wait, you need helicopters for every single time you go and like gather the bulls? 1 to 2 days max. I don't understand. No way. No way. But it says 6 to 12. Okay, so harvest typically takes 6 to 12 hours. Okay, these are long shifts, guys. So just gathering the bull alone could really take up the tops 2 days if it got that bad. But I mean, realistically, it could take about 15 minutes to a few hours, maybe. So how many bulls would they gather a day? Maybe like what, 4 or 5? Depends how long that day is. It depends how experienced they are as well. This is really interesting.
A setting, it's any wonder, inspires change in people. A legacy now tracking 6 decades that Frank Shadforth hopes continues well beyond his tenure.
I just hope the Cross they have the nerve to keep carrying on. I think they will carry on the way we are carrying on. The staying power, the resilience of it, yeah, just keep going. Because my dad, I mean, well, they are proud of me, their grandfather, and, you know, it's something that we should be really, you shouldn't sell it just because of what he done. I mean, he's one in a million, I suppose, in a sense, yeah, to get to where he is, and to have it for so long.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's the legacy I'd like to see it carried on, yeah.
Oh, no.
A station that merges a fine line between a deep-rooted respect for culture, intertwined with common sense and good old-fashioned grounding, that's saving young lives and making real change.
It is. God, that's crazy how they get close up on them and it's like, look, we after this one. If you guys enjoyed this, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. Feel free to share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Educate your boy Strac, man. What are some things that may have flown over my head? At least you think may have flown over my head. Some things that you want to educate me on. You know, maybe it was some question you noticed. Some questions you may have noticed I had throughout the video, because I know I tend to have a lot of questions. I feel like I looked them all up today. I feel like I did, but yet again, I be having so many questions. This is why I have you guys. Thank you so much for flooding the comment sections and for just giving me a video to react to every single day. Seriously, because these are all recommended videos, and it's crazy how consistent we are being able to upload every day, just posting, reacting to recommended videos from my supporters, from you guys. So thank you so much for all the love and support. We are on the road to 10K. Share your honest thoughts, opinions, and experiences. You ever had to head up with a bull? You ever had to go head up with a bull without the vehicle? Or did you actually try it in the vehicle? You ever had to, do this before, but were you involved in the program so you didn't have to go to the juvenile detention center? That's good. It's a win-win, bro, for real. You get strong out there as well. And do they take on women as well, right? Can women be hired for this job? Absolutely. Okay. I didn't want to be crazy. Okay. Absolutely. Women play a vital high stakes role in gathering and catching wild bulls, particularly in regions like the Australian outback and the American West. So you guys play a big role out there in Australia. I didn't even have to mention Australia. And there it is right there. Stamp proof. I love Google, guys. Stay safe, everyone. Feel free to follow the Twitch and check out all my other YouTube channels in the description down below. I love you all, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.